We have about 5 minutes for those of you students that have come in a little later. I made an announcement that we are live streaming. So if you go to the website, www.mehs.us, and click on the live stream link, we are live streaming this event tonight. Before we kind of get started, I kind of have a few thank yous out there tonight that I'd like to say. If I can have Mr. Calhoun and his son, Brent Calhoun, stand up. Sitka Bottling, they've been a big sponsor of Mt.Edgecumbe Sports, and they do provide a lot of the drinks for the Region 5 events. And every year that we've had this event, they have provided the drinks, and we do appreciate you. Give them a round of applause, please. We cannot forget the kitchen staff in the back there, Mr. Wathen and his staff. They do a great job of providing this meal for us. So let's give them a big round of applause. So what I would like to do is I'd like to have our guest here in the audience. Our guests, you could line up there and get your food. Then we'll go to the coaches, and then we'll do the front row here, and we'll just kind of circle our way around. So once that front row gets started, the next table will go. So we can have our guests. We have some guests in the back, also some alumni that are here. So that was great to see you. So we can go ahead and start. Guests, coaches, and alumni.
place to put it.
Guess we'll get this started this evening. Going to give Mr. Gurley a big thank you, telling everybody that this was starting at 5 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Gurley. time of the year to celebrate individual accomplishments, team accomplishments, your coaches, you as student athletes here at Mt.Edgecumbe High School. When you travel as teams, I hear nothing but good things about you from other coaches and other communities as I travel throughout the state. So it's always nice to hear that. And I always appreciate the good comments. So to get started tonight, we'll have Mr. Kimber, boys and girls wrestling. Mr. Kimber, let me just sneak in a couple special awards that I have to hand out tonight. For those of you that are watching at home, the students that do the live streaming here for the events each year, we have 2 individuals this year that have helped out and streaming all the games, volleyball, basketball, anything that you can think of for events here. So if we can have Nelson Jackson and Eric Hamlin come up, please. Give these guys a round of applause. I don't see Eric, but it takes a lot of work to set the games up, and these individuals are there at every event, so thank you. Now we'll pass the mic on to Mr. Kimber. Thank you. I muted it. So. All right.
All right, before I begin, we really do need to give a round of applause to Mr. Goldsberry. I know he wasn't here last night. He spent so much time organizing and getting this event done. So please give Mr. Goldsberry a round of applause. Also, I'd like to thank all of our guests that are here. Who came out and supported the athletics at Mt.Edgecumbe High School, and I'd like to thank my wife for coming to give them a round of applause. And I'd like to introduce my 2 coaches up here. I have Coach Christner, who's been at Mt.Edgecumbe coaching for 23 years. Mr. Coach Christner. And then I'd like to Coach Homeland. This is what, 6th year? 6th year I'm Mt.Edgecumbe coaching. Unable to make it too, we'd like to also recognize Mr. Bo Bowder and Mr. Justin Albee. Too much stuff. One thing I'd like you to notice here about our team is at Mt.Edgecumbe, we do a really good job of getting kids involved. But more importantly, they do a really good job of taking that extra step and joining new things. And for most people that come to Mt.Edgecumbe, wrestling is a new thing. And to give you an example of how important and how big and how successful our program's been over the years, I was doing some research for Mr. Frisky, asked some questions for the board, for the ASAL board, and I was doing some research about it. The average team, both boys and girls combined, for any high school is 23. We have that many team on our boys team and many on our girls team. We more than double the national average. That says a lot about the students at Mt.Edgecumbe and their willingness to try new things and be successful. So give you guys self a round of applause. The first students I'd like to recognize are my managers. If I could get them to come up. Mackenzie Smith. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do the Edgecumbe one clap. Mackenzie Smith. Katie Turner. Doreen Levitt. Ariana Paukin. Leanne Francis. Esther Abraham. Anaya Durendorf. Well, normally they show up as, all I can say is, dang you, dentist. I'm sure all of them got their wisdom teeth pulled this week. Yep. Yeah, I do want to say something nice. I have the world's greatest managers. They make sure everything happens. So the first group of people I'd like to recognize would be the JV Boys Wrestling. If we could get them to come up here, we could get a one clap. Wow, excited. Alex Samuelson, Isaiah Klein, Austin Rice, Shelby Samuel, Hayden Hunt, Norval Nelson, Eden Ross, George Trey Ashenbeck, Christopher Edwards, Khalil Martin, Gabe Klushkin, and Braden Banking. This is a great group of guys here in the JV team. They were a great support. Can't say enough about these gentlemen. They are part of the region championship team, and unlike any other sport, when they go to regions, they have to wrestle. They have to win. They can't score points, but they can prevent anybody else from other teams from scoring points, and they did a great job at that this year, so give them a round of applause. The next group is the varsity boys, and you've got to stay up here with them because I got some things to talk about, everybody. Getting his first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe High School, Arthur Heckman. Getting his first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe High School, Adam Bean.
You know what's coming.
Getting his first letter for wrestling at Mt.Edgecumbe, Ethan Ivan. Getting a letter and a pin, Alex Andrews. Getting a letter and a pin, Josh Diasis.
And they're gone. They're everywhere.
Good job, Coach. Getting his first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Ethan Sergey.
That's a bar. He gets a pin, he gets the wrestler.
They get the little wrestler.
Oh, wrestler.
Getting his first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Leroy Bradley. Is Leroy here? All right. Getting his first letter and pin, Roman Lowe. Getting his first letter and pin, Lloydie Iojak. Getting his first letter in pin, Zane Mahoney.
Letter pin for Zane.
Yep. Letter pin for Lloydie.
Oh. Letter and pin?
Yep. This is his first letter.
Getting his first letter and pin, Ethan Cook. Getting his first letter and pin, Dayton Hoblet. Getting his bar, returning letterman, Leon Yvonne. Getting a returning letterman, getting a bar, Haley Osborne. And returning letterman, getting a bar, Arthur Freitas.
You have a letter already.
There you go.
You got,
Okay, I'd like you to notice about that. What did you notice about that team? This is a team that three-peated as region champions. What did you notice about those guys? Almost all of them were freshmen and sophomores. The future is bright for these young gentlemen. It was an exciting regionals. We coaches sat down before the finals, and we all figured it out. And we said, man, this is going to be close. And the Craig coach and I looked at it. We shared our tabulations, and we went, we're going to tie. I said, oh, that's exciting. A tie. And then they had a guy make a little boo-boo. Got a little, lost a couple team points, and I thought, we could win. I was like really excited. We could win. And we went in there and we figured it all out. We went to the finals, and we got to the finals match. And I said, hey, guys, we can win this, but this is what we need. We have 5 guys in the finals, 6 guys in the finals. We need 5 wins, a decision, and 5 pins. And we're going like, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to do this. I don't know if we're going to do this. This is going to be tough. And the young man, this next young man came in, and he went up to the finals, and he's facing his nemesis. He's got a 1-2 record against him. And I was like, I don't know. You really got to do this. And in triple overtime, sudden death pulls off the win. Most inspirational wrestler for Mt.Edgecumbe this year, Ethan Cook.
Gotta find it. You guys put them all funny.
I gotta find it now. That might be the biggest inspiration right there. Then I had another gentleman really stood out to us this year. He came to us, and I went back and looked at his record today. His first 10 matches were against state placers. And he wrestled tough, but he was just wrestling somebody every weekend. Every time he wrestled somebody that had placed at the state tournament. And we kept going, man, you're gonna do this. Man, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do awesome. You're gonna do awesome. You're gonna get your wins. You're gonna get your wins. He got a little win. He got a win, you know, and then it was pretty exciting. And then was really close. Our goal this year as a team was to be in the top 10 at the state tournament. And this young man, I went, man, we gotta get some wins. We gotta get some wins. And he went out there, and it was on the Saturday morning. It was the consolations, and normally at that time I'd take all the finalists out. We go to a breakfast, and sure enough, it goes, hey, coach, Dayton's on the mat, and he's ahead. What? I'm gonna say, watch. I think that was probably the loudest I've ever yelled from the stands. So our most improved wrestler this year, Dayton Hoffman. Congratulations. The next young man, I'm going to talk about the success of this team. Really, and the big guys really depended on him. He wrestled for us a couple years ago, decided some things, life things happened, wasn't into it last year. I said, hey, that's no problem. He came back out this year, and I can tell you right now that every day he worked hard in practice. He was charismatic. He got people excited to go to practice. He got people excited to work in practice. He made everybody around him better. And much of our success this year was due to him, and this young man deserves every bit of praise he can get. Colin Freitas. As I guess I'd like to say, it's a three-peat region championship team, the Mt.Edgecumbe boys wrestling. Give them a round of applause. All right, gentlemen, thank you. You can sit down now. Okay. The next group of athletes I'd like to introduce would be the JV girls wrestling. One clap for them, please. Roberta Kaliak, Alize Wahi, Shalea Hoffman, Nicole Pagatak, Morgan Damoski, Aaliyah Nay, Royale Lowe, Reagan Hoblet, Caitlin Romanoff, these young ladies were our JV wrestlers this year. They did a fabulous job. They came out, they improved, they made sure that everybody worked hard. I have nothing but fine things to say about these ladies. Give them a round of applause, please. The next group of girls we'd like to bring up is the varsity wrestlers. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Angel Christensen. Getting her second letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Serena Ipaluk Reach. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Sherelle Miller. She got a letter last year. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, I believe, Michaela Kamaroff. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Elena B. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Haley Uleron. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Anya Pingaya. Getting her first letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Caitlin Johns. Getting her first varsity letter for wrestling, Bristol Charlie. She just gets a wrestler. I believe this is her third varsity letter in wrestling, multiple times varsity letter in many sports, Laura Ikata. Getting her third varsity letter at Mt.Edgecumbe, Andrea Prince. Getting her fourth varsity letter in wrestling, Agatha Prince. Agatha Andrews, sorry. Jeez, they're one and the same. Getting her fourth varsity letter in wrestling, Sydney Kimber. What's up? They don't get, nobody else has letters. Oh man, sorry.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, okay.
You didn't print it off. What? So, this year is special year for me. This was the inaugural year. This is the fourth year the wrestling has been a sanctioned sport by the state of Alaska, but this is the first year that he officially gave a trophy. We would have won the previous 3 years, but this year was special because they actually gave it out. And it was also a year that there are 8 weight classes in women's wrestling, and this is the first time that we had a state qualifier in every weight class. We had 11 state qualifiers. We had more state placers on this team than any other school had state qualifiers. That is an amazing feat. These ladies deserve a round of applause. This is a special team. You know, every year I come up here and say this is a special team, but I truly mean this in a way that this is a team that has been so dominant for the last 4 years in women's wrestling. Perhaps we will never see another team as dominant. I want you to think about this. They've won every region tournament they've had in 4 years. They didn't keep official score, but they would have won 4 state championships in a row. These seniors are graduating, have never finished in a tournament where they kept score for girls, have never finished anything but first. They have never lost a dual meet. In fact, they were so good this year when we brought the team up, they defeated Oregon's state championship dual team. They won their duel by 2 points. It was 38-16 when we wrestled them. This is a team that people talk about. When we go there, when we go to tournaments, coaches say, hey coach, your girls are what a women's wrestling team should look like. And they really deserve a lot of praise for the hard work that they've done and the success they've earned, so they need a round of applause, please. The first award I'd like to give out to is the most inspirational wrestler. This wrestler came with very little experience of wrestling at Mt.Edgecumbe. She was an absolute riot to take on a trip. And everybody got behind her when she wrestled because they knew she was giving it 100% every time. And she's by far the best dancer on the team. Come on up here, Tubi. Congratulations.
Hey, wait.
The next award I'd like to give out is Most Improved. And I had heard about this young lady from Colin. Colin went, oh man, she's got to wrestle, she's got to wrestle. When I was in elementary, she beat me up. She killed me. She killed me. And she came out and she did wrestle and she had some skills and they were pretty rough. But she has tenacity. She has grit. She never gives up. And she's never happy with the success she has. She's always working for more. And because of that, she improved. She went from what I would have called a C-team wrestler to a state runner-up, Bristol Charlie. The next lady I'd like to bring up is for Most Valuable Wrestler. And she is a multiple region finalist, a multiple state qualifier, and a multiple state placer. Miss Laura Ikata. Oh yeah, just stay right there. Before that, but before I go there, there's another lady that fits that description. Also the Most Valuable Wrestler, Andrea Prince. And Agatha Andrews. And Sydney Kimber. Each of these ladies deserves that award. They've been the heart and soul of this team for 4 years. Without their hard work, without their ability to inspire everybody around them to work hard, we never would have had the success. So once again, I'd like to present to you the 2016 or 17 Alaska State Champions. Okay, thank you, ladies. And next on our list is girls basketball.
So the first awards that we have to give out are for... Okay. My face hadn't even turned red yet.
Okay, I didn't want to come up here, but Dad, I want you to come up here, please. Come on, homie. These guys have been my coaches for 4 years, and you know, they've helped me through a lot. And so, Homeland's favorite picture of us. Thank you so much for your 4 years. And this one's really special. I worked for a long time for this, and this year I was the first girl to be a 4-time Alaska State champ. So I got this from my dad, all of my state medals and my varsity letter. Thank you.
I'm not next to the speaker, so I won't do it again. Coach M couldn't be here, so first we're going to hand out the C-Team awards. So first we have Maddie Stump. Do the Edgecumbe one clap. Chelsea Zakar. Caitlin Romanoff. Alice Sage. Sherelle Miller. Frances Simpson. Laurel Pauken. Lacey Prince, Royale Lowe, Wolfstar Duran, Linda Rexford, Leisha Lozano, Kaylee Weingarth, Tristan McCarr, Alicia Jones, Crystal Moses, and Caitlin Peters. So these girls that are up here, they stuck it out the entire season. They came hard for Coach M, so give them a round of applause. You guys can sit back then. So next we have JV. So in January I asked my girls to write a goal for the remainder of the season, and one in particular stood out. Create lifelong friendships that last beyond the season. Throughout the season, these girls were dedicated to working together, encouraging each other, and improving their individual skills. And by doing these things, I believe they achieved their goal. It was a pleasure to watch these girls learn and grow. And with the following girls, please come forward as I call your name. You get a certificate of participation for JV basketball. Elizabeth Allen, Madison Alstrom Bean, Delaney Steffes, Haley Olron, Jolie Carlson, Laura Fields, Shaylin, Raina Peterson, Faith Kameroff, Tatiana Korthius, Alexis Rexford, and Ashlyn Strong.
Ashlyn, is she here? Elizabeth. There you go. I'll give you that. All right. We'll let those guys hand those out. So we keep it. Are y'all done, Coach?
Almost. Yep. Go ahead.
No, I mean, are you done?
Yep.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank our coaches, Michelle Mork, who did the JV, and of course Margot Livermore, without would not I wouldn't have been able to even finish the year without her. She is just amazing as a person and a coach, so thank you. Yeah, she's turning red like me. Okay, and Coach Janet, who can't be here, she had leg surgery, so thank you. And Coach Monica Chase, we appreciate everything you come and you put your heart into all the girls that we work with. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Andrew Frisky and Ludell Goldsberry because he made this year for me. They both made it really a positive experience for my first year as a head coach. So thank you guys very much. I should have had half her JV up here, should have stayed. We're gonna call you guys up real quick. Again, Elizabeth Allen, Kennedy Stump, Madison, also Beans, thank you. Sherilyn Johnson, Edwards. These are all the freshmen, by the way. Oh yeah, I got you. Autumn Beans. Those are literally all the freshmen on the varsity team this year. Right? That's not bad. That's a good group coming back. Jolie Carlson. Jolie. Hi. Ashlyn Strom, Faith Cameron, Leticia Scapistat. We're going into our juniors now. Bristol Charlie, Tessa Kupchak, Danielle Go. Oh, that's it. That's 10, 11, 12. Whew. All right, we'll make this fast. Go. So this is your 2017-18 girls varsity basketball team. Thank you so much for making this season to be. We had such a fun time at regions, and before that, I love you, my girls. Thank you for the girls that decided to come up. For lettering this year, we have Autumn Beans. And since we don't have a letter for you right now, orange juice is life. We'll get you your letter and your pen when it comes in. It's not here yet, so there you go. Also lettering this year for her first time, Leticia. Thank you. Thanks, God. Also lettering this year, again, for a bar. What's your name, Tessa? Tessa, did you want to say something? Daniel Go and Crystal Chuck. Nice job. Definitely going to be Coach Kimber this year. All right. I got 4. Unplug it. He can't hear me anyway. All right. I got a couple special awards that I wanted to hand out to 4 of my upperclassmen that finished the year very, very strong. Appreciate them so much. Don't know what I'm going to do without 2 of them. So before I start getting really emotional, I'm going to start with Leticia, who got most improved this year, not just because of her skill ability, but, you know, attitude is everything. Thank you for changing your attitude and your skill level. You deserve this. I'm looking forward to you coming back next year. All right, and my other, let's do Tessa Kupchak. She deserves the prime time player of the year. You've seen her handle a ball and go in and shoot the ball. She looks like a prime time player. So. Thank you very much, Tessa. Tessa, by the way, has been my only 4-year person that's been with me since JV and through varsity. So, you're always in my heart. Bristol, Charlie, looking forward to you coming back next year. Guess what you get? It doesn't surprise me that Coach Kimber said all those amazing things about you because they're all true, even through basketball. You get the Hustle Award, and look at that size. She had literally the most rebounds, probably in Southeast Alaska, with all the other teams. She literally had the most rebounds. I wish I had all the stats with me. But most rebounds and Hustle Award. And the last one is to Danielle. I wish I had the video, but we don't. Danielle, you have been such a delight and an amazing person, and you've really kept everybody positive and together. And okay, I'm just going to say you get the award for top teammate and coach's award. Was that 3 minutes, right? That was 3 minutes? Who's next? Who's next? Do you know who's next? I don't have my glasses, I can't read.
Oh, don't worry, I got this.
You got it? It's all you.
Next up is cheerleading.
Thank you.
Thought that was over. Okay, it's not. All right. So first I would like to start off by doing my JV cheerleaders. We didn't have as large of a team this year, so but it was definitely a good team. I enjoyed my time with you guys a lot. Okay. I need one more hand, I think. All right, so our first JV cheerleader is Chelsea. Anna Carmen, and Aaliyah Schubert. You guys help me. Thank you. So I'd like to start by doing our varsity cheerleaders. Hopefully it's falling over. I got too much stuff. Okay, so our first, I would like to recognize our captain for this year was Helen. Helen is receiving a bar this year.
And I'd also like to recognize this year we had somebody as our manager that I couldn't have done it without. This girl helped me clean up after myself. I mean, I need her right now even. This is Sydney Cleveland. Laura. Kiara. Taya. Stormy. Gabby. Adeline. And Jamila. We had a really great season this year, and although our team wasn't as large as it's been in the past, I think we definitely had a great experience. It was nice getting to know all you guys this year, and I can't wait for next year. Okay, and next will be cross country.
Thank you. Okay, here they come.
There he goes. Oh.
And there he goes. Oh, we're getting lit up. We're getting lit up. We're getting lit up. Yeah, future's bright. Hacha. Let there be light. And here it comes. Okay, all right, so I feel like I get to say the same thing every time we do the award ceremony. Here we are, we're in the spring, it's April, we're 4 short months away from our next cross-country season, which means we're literally closer to next season than we are to last season. But we had a great season in 2017. Looking forward to introducing our Braves and Lady Braves to you guys. So we're going to bring our girls up first. Let's do some Edgecumbe 1 claps. We're going to bring them up, freshmen, then sophomores, then juniors. And then we'll get our seniors up here and we'll give them a hand. So up first is Miss Nia D. Yeah. So she's here. That's good. And then let's see here. Hailing, and Nia hails from Fairbanks. Hailing from the fine town of Anchorage, Miss Raquel George. Yeah. And here they come. I've seen them go faster. Let's see here. From the fine town of Quinnahock, Miss Marita T. Yay, Marita. Let's see here. From Old Harbor, Miss Angel Christensen. Oh, we like that. Okay, there's our friend. Oh, no, hold on. I got one more, and I'm super happy. Big old smile, works hard every day. From Anchorage, Miss Chiara Chase. Yeah. These are our freshmen. So I tell you what, as a coach and a coaching staff, we're super excited because we've got some fantastic young ladies, good attitudes. They work hard every day. The future is bright. Right? All right, good. Okay, moving on to our sophomores. A new addition to our team this year, works hard. Oh my gosh, you can feel the energy coming off this young lady, works hard every day. Hailing from Barrow, Miss Linda Rexford. Excellent, thank you. Oh, very good. See, I like that. See, still smiling. Let's see here. From Bethel, a 2-time varsity runner that you will not find a harder worker. And doggone it, we were on the very last practice of the season, getting ready to go to the regional race. And this young lady had earned the right to wear cardinal and gold all season long, always smiling, always working hard. You won't find a nicer young lady in the world. And so I say to the team, hey, let's get a little warm up. We're going to go out and run a small workout. She goes around the corner and twists her doggone ankle, and she comes limping back around the corner, and her ankle, it wasn't just a little swollen. There was a doggone golf ball on the side of her ankle, and within minutes it turned into a little tennis ball, and she's not a very big person, so it looked like a big lump. So anyway, 2nd year as a varsity runner, really, really excited about getting her back next year. Hailing from Bethel, Miss Adeline Dement. Yay, Miss Adeline. Doggone sweetheart. Okay, so let's see here. Hailing from Buckland. Young lady runs with a big smile, runs really hard. Miss Alice Sage. Okay. Did it heal? Yeah. All right, good. We need you next year. Let's see here. Hailing from Toke. Okay, and we've had a few Zach Sikowskis, and I love having this young lady on our team, Miss Kate Zach-Sikowski. Okay, hailing from Bethel, and we're super glad to get her back and looking forward to what she can help her team, or what she can do to help her team next year. Miss Sunset Woods. Yay, Sunset.
I'm all over the place.
Excellent, that's awesome. All right, and our last sophomore this year, we got a hailing from St. George, but now I think really from Anchorage, but I like saying St. George, is Miss Leah Lekanoff. Yay, Leah. Oh, Anna. Excellent, thank you. Okay, now we move on to our juniors. We got a first-year junior, came and ran with us this year, ran really well. I was super pleased to see her come out and run with us. Miss Verla Weeder. Awesome. Then, let's see, hailing out of Haines, Miss Ashley Williamson. Yay, Ashley. Let's see here. From Tuluksuk. This young lady smiles hard, right? Love it. Works hard every day. She's run with us before, but this year she decided that she wasn't just going to run. She was going to run fast, and she was going to earn the right to wear cardinal and gold and represent you guys racing all the way to the state race. Miss Jalen Martinez. Awesome. Love it. Good work ethic. Let's see. Okay, from Nightmute, 2nd-year runner, brings a lot of speed to the team, Miss Catherine Sunny. And then we had a first-year junior show up this year, and I tell you what, every year, right, we come in and Edge Camp, the first week of school, and you've heard us say this before, it's like Christmas morning for the coaches because you never know what's coming, right? Hey, did a great basketball player show up? Did some great wrestlers show up? Did some great runners show up? Did some great volleyball players show up? Well, this young lady had been here before, but decided to come and run with us, and by golly, turned out some smoking fast times. Was the fastest girl on the team for most of our races, qualified to go to state. Super glad to have her, and I'm looking forward to getting her back next year. Of course, I'm talking about Miss Bristol Charlie. Yeah, Bristol. Super fast. Thank you. All right, so we've done our one clap, and we got some wonderful young ladies up here, but the next group of ladies that we're calling up are seniors, so unfortunately we don't get to see what they'll be doing what they do elsewhere. So here's what we do for our seniors. I want you to give them a round of applause because this is the last time we'll see them on our cross-country team. A first-year runner this year, hailing from St. George, Miss Carmen Filimonov. Yay, Carmen! Carmen in the house. Really good at making robots. Nuts. All right, okay, so let's see. And another one. I tell you what, you've seen this young lady up here already today. Works hard, deserves all the praise that we give her. Absolutely phenomenal young lady, Miss Andrea Prince. Yay, Andrea! Loved having her run with us this year. Another hard worker, and you've seen this young lady up on this stage, and she's won awards already and deserves every bit of it. Hard-working, big smile, shows up every day. Glad she came around with us this year. Miss Agatha Andrews. Awesome additions to any team. Let's see here. I asked this young lady to write a speech for the team, and she said she would. So, coming from Togiak, we were super glad to have Miss Tessa Kupchayak. Yay! Thank you. Let's see here. I don't see her in the house today. Hey, so I just talked with you guys about Christmas morning. Hey, Christmas brought us a gal by the name of Wolfstar Duran. And I tell you what, I don't see her in the house today, but she showed up. Fantastic attitude, big smile every day, ran really hard, ran herself right into a varsity position, represented you guys really well, Miss Wolstar Duran. Man, I wish she was here. Oh, man, what do you say? So, 4-year runner, 4-year state qualifier, 2-time team captain, unbelievable addition to your Mt.Edgecumbe Lady Braves cross-country team. And I tell you what, I don't know how we're going to replace her. The answer is we can't. Hailing from Minto or Nolado or Fairbanks, depending upon which day you ask her, Miss Laura Ikata. Another 4-year runner and a senior, always comes with a smile. Goes by the teeniest little nickname, right? Hailing out of Anchorage, Miss Royale Lowe. Yeah. Though we had another senior show up and run with us this year, brought a big smile to the team, worked hard every day, super glad that you came and ran with us this year. Hailing out of, Wainwright, which is way the heck up there, okay? Hailing out of Wainwright, Miss Samantha Wade. Yeah, Samantha, excellent, excellent. Got a 3-year runner, 3-time state qualifier, and just hard-working young lady, just wasn't here with us her freshman year, otherwise I think she'd be a 4-year runner. And lots and lots of success out of, and we're glad to have her, Miss Jasmine Woods. We had this young lady came and ran with us this year, runs hard every day, has a great attitude, comes and does exactly what we want her to do. Super glad to have her on the team, Miss Caitlin Romanoff. All right, so let's see here. We are, another, and so this young lady showed up, running out of Nome, big smile on her face, came and ran with us, and I'm super glad to have her, Miss Caitlin Sabuena Painter. Yay, Caitlin. Oh, hey, another one with a big doggone smile. Little person, big smile. Gotta love it. Hailing out of Scammon Bay, Miss Brittany Jimmy. Brittany here? Nuts, I haven't seen her yet today. I hope she shows up. I'm going to get that in her hands. And then our last senior, okay, shows up, ran really hard. Actually, started out the season, and she was just determined. And unfortunately, we had an injury, and that happens with running and wrestling. Some of these, athletics are there's always a potential for injury, right? So this young lady got hurt, but stuck with us, ran when she could, had a great attitude, Miss Roberta Kadiak. Roberta! So that's this is your 2017 Lady Braves cross country team. What a doggone good looking team. We were super happy to work with these girls. They qualified for state. They went around Southeast making you guys look good every day. Give them a hand. It's your 2017 Lady Braves cross country team. Good job. Thanks, guys.
Can I just give you my list? You're on a roll.
What? You don't want to do it?
You're doing awesome.
Coach Davis doesn't want to introduce the guys?
I'll do it. You're doing great.
All right, fine. Heck yeah, I like all these guys. All right, fine. Hey, that's fine. I'm happy to. Here, hold on. Let me get organized. There we go. We're organized. All right, you got to hand me some names. These are Lady Braves, who I really, really like. Yep.
Right there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There you go.
Okay, hey, we're going to do the same thing for our guys. We're going to bring up our freshmen first, and we'll give them a good Mt.Edgecumbe 1 clap. And then when we get to the seniors, we'll give them a hand, because by golly, it'll be the last chance we get to see them in a cross-country jersey. That's here. So, hey, you've heard this name before. Hailing out of Nome, and we're super glad to have another member of this family show up and run with us this year, Mr. David Reese-Banky. Yay! All right, so let's see. Another freshman showed up every day, worked really hard, big smile on his face, Mr. Ian Chase Ivanoff. Ian, are you here? Nuts. Okay. Anyway, we enjoyed having him on the team. Let's see here. Another big smile, right? And here, hold on. Super quiet young man. You wouldn't know if he was right behind you. Anyway, super quiet young man. Hailing out of Kipnuck, Mr. Trey Dock. Yeah, do we have a Trey? Trey in the house.
I'll take that one anyway.
Nuts. All right, okay, that's all right. Okay, another great addition. And this isn't the, as a coach, we've had a chance to work with other members of this team. A lot of speed in this family. We'll take them all. So let's see, you got it. Send them. Let's see here. Hailing out of Falls Pass, Alaska, which is way over there, Mr. Dayton Hoblet. Yeah, Dayton, how's that? All right, good. Okay, let's see here. We got ourselves a local guy. Super glad you've heard this name. You love this name. Mr. Zane Mahoney. Yeah. No, I love it. Hey, hang on. You're good. Don't run away. We do a lot of running, but don't run away. Not just yet. Let's see here. Okay, so, hailing out of Anchorage, right? And so here's another family name. Love it. I'll take them all. Mr. Roman Lowe. All right, Roman. Ooh, I dig it. We've had a bunch of Lows, and they're all fantastic. Let's see here. What do we got? Now, here's a surprise, right? So we're talking about Christmas morning. Hey, as a running coach, what I want athletes that show up, that run hard, that represent the school well. I got a ton of those, and I'm super happy, right? That's how you make it through a season at Mt.Edgecumbe. And then when somebody comes with a doggone burst of speed, that's a bonus for all of us. This young man fits that bill. Hailing out of Bethel, Mr. Khalil Martin. Speedy Khalil, except for now. Anyway, you got it. So we'll get him built back up. Let's see. And then our last freshman, hailing out of Old Harbor. Again, another quiet guy who just works hard every day. Mr. Joseph Horvatine. Joseph. Okay, perfect. We'll keep Coach Davis running. All right, that's our freshman. All right, here we go. Our sophomore list. Pretty doggone small, but good things come in small packages. So first, a name that I like a lot, hailing from Sitka, Mr. Lucas Arnold. Yay, Lucas in the house. I love it. See, there we go. Love this kid. Happy day after your birthday. Oh, man. Oh, that's fantastic. Come on up. And then, as a dad, and the coaches, it's just the most amazing thing. And I hope you guys someday, are blessed with having children. It's the most amazing thing in the world. And then I hope you get a chance. Take the time to coach your kids. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Teach them to play basketball. Teach them to coach that doggone little league. The baseball team. Coach them when they're running. Do everything you can with your kids. It's the most amazing thing in the world, and it's a blessing. So, and a lot of our coaching staff knows that feeling. I'm going to go ahead and embarrass you. That's my boy. I hope you guys are blessed with children, and if you are, spend time with them, coach them, teach them the things that you know, help them to become better people. Boom, it's working. All right, got another, yeah. Let's see, I've got another young runner from Sitka, but he's busy he's acting, which is pretty cool. So, hailing from Sitka, Mr. Jesse Hansen. Yay! All right, okay.
Thank you very much.
Now rock star. You got rock star, curly blonde hair. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so we're moving on to our juniors. Hailing out of Nome. Hey, we heard his name earlier. This young man has come. He's one of our team captains. Helps to lead the team. Runs hard every day. Always willing to help out another runner, give advice, and lead from within the pack, which is something that the coaches can't do. Mr. Braden Banky. All right, Braden. Okay, moving down the list from Juneau. Love this guy. Big smile on his face. You've seen him up here already tonight. Works hard every day. Mr. Joshua Diasis. Yay, Joshua. Hard-working guy. Fun to have around. Pretty sure he's a good dancer. All right, so the hailing out of Bethel, and again, another face that you've seen up here before tonight, deserves all the praise that we can give him, Mr. Leon Yvonne. Yahoo, Leon. Thank you. Heck yeah. Let's see here. Hailing out of Anchorage, a quiet guy who's got long legs, and I tell you what, when this guy gets it going, holy smokes, can he run? I can't wait to see what he can do next year, Mr. Daniel Gemmel. Go, Daniel, go. Oh, shucks. Come to the banquet, Daniel. Nuts. All right, okay, so, here we got another one. So, works really hard again. Got some long legs, good stride for a runner. Can't wait to get him back. Mr. Cody Gibbons. Cody in the house? Yeah, nuts. Okay. Let's see here. Here's another one. Remember I told you about the big things, small packages, the little box of dynamite. Hailing out of Sitka, Mr. Jonah McClanahan. Yeah, is Jonah here? Did Jonah make it? Oh, caramba. Okay. Let's see here. Another Sitka runner and a good attitude. Can't wait to see what he can do to help the team next year. Mr. Austin Rice. We are striking out on our Sitka runners. Hi. All right. Okay. Ooh, here's another one. Love it. Big smile on his face. Good runner, always has a positive attitude, never complains about a doggone thing, and he's got a cool doggone name. Mr. Shelby Samuel. Heck yeah, love this guy. Oh, there he is. Good. Yay, we're back on. All right. Ooh, here's another one. Now, that whole Christmas thing, yeah, that happened to me last year, and I'm super, super excited to see what this young man can do next year. So, hailing out of Chivac, where basically everybody runs fast, Mr. Jeremy Ulrone. Yay, Jeremy! Who won the herring race last weekend here. There was a race here in town. This guy right here, first place, baby, first place. Go, Jeremy, go. Awesome. Good job. Let's hear, another young man shows up, smile on his face, works really hard, hailing out of Eagle River, Mr. David Charlie. David! Love it. Let's see here. Big smile, hailing out of St. Mary's, Terrell Joe. Terrell, are you here? I didn't see him earlier. It's nuts. All right, okay, so. And then, let's see, hailing out of Anchorage, big smile, right? Works hard every day, positive attitude, Mr. Taylor K. Taylor in the house? Oh, very good. CC, love it. Big smile. Told you. All right, awesome. So we're missing some bodies, but this is pretty good, man. I go to battle with this crew any day. All right, so now we get to our seniors. Hey, this was our last chance to see these seniors in a Braves uniform. Give them a big hand. So check this out. 4-year runner, okay? And one of our, and again, another name that I like a lot, Mr. Brandel Arnold. Yay, Brandel Arnold! I will. Darn right. Stand between both of them. So, those steps. Awesome. Love these kids. If you're blessed with kids, coach your children. It is the coolest thing you can do. Take it from me. I've been doing it their whole lives. It's the most amazing thing you can do. Coach your kids. Honestly, okay, so hailing out of Fairbanks, or FBK, Mr. Darren Deaton. Is Double D in the house? Darren? Nuts. Usually just in black? No? Okay. All right, so let's see here. Another surprise last year. Showed up. Does other things, but showed up last year, showed us some real speed, showed us some good teamwork. Love having him on the team. Big smiles, positive attitude, some good speed. Mr. Isaiah Klein. Yeah, Isaiah, woo! Got another, good, Isaiah's coming. Again, I've seen him move faster. Yeah, pretty slow. All right, okay, so let's see here. So, hailing out of Sitka, we got another Sitka, and I love it. Love having his attitude on the team. He's a goofball, and we love having him on the team. Mr. Norval Nelson. Norby! Don't let him drive your car. All right, so, oh no. Sorry, I said that out loud. This year, hailing out of Nome, wonderful senior, good attitude, runs hard every day. We're going to miss him next year. Mr. Aiden Osborne. Yay! And another fantastic addition this year, ran right into a varsity spot, brings a big smile every day, runs really fast, has some inappropriate jokes, but we won't share those with you here. Mr. Carl Ivanoff. We were housed in some group housing in Wrangell, and Carl was sleeping in the bunk above me. And there's, 7 guys, Coach Davis and myself. And I hear Carl up there, and he says across the room to somebody, he says, "Hey, what do you get when you mix a blah, blah, blah and a blah, blah, blah?" And I had to kick the bottom of the bunk, and my fly is not that heavy of a dude. I said, "Carl, keep it clean." And then when he came out with the punchline, it was actually clean, and I had to apologize to him. So I thought it was going to be a dirty joke. Anyway, we don't do that. All right, very good, very good. So, awesome. Hey, this is your 2017 guys team. As you can see, we've got some phenomenal athletes up here. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors. The future's so bright, we had to turn the lights on. So, give your 2017 guys cross-country team a big hand, please. Yeah. So, I need Miss Lori Cata back, please, and Miss Royale Lowe, please, as well, because I got something for them. So there's running is, right, one of the quotes that we like to say is, our sport is other sports' punishment, right? You get in trouble playing football, you get in trouble playing basketball, you get in trouble, on any other team, and the coach says, hey, you go run laps, right? Well, we're not in trouble for it. We do it because we want to do it. So anyway, running 4 years in a row is an accomplishment. Coming, running hard every day, making it through the season, representing you guys, your school, your home communities, and yourselves throughout Southeast Alaska. And these guys have been doing it for 4 years, and they make you look good. They run hard. So, Royale, I got flowers for you. Okay. And some almonds. See, there we go. Royale. Awesome. That was when I asked for flowers, the gal who does the flowers said this one is more masculine. Okay. It doesn't seem it to me, but okay. So, and 4 years. So, and I can't say enough about this young lady. Amazing. How do we replace a Lori Cata? You simply cannot. 4-year runner. That's awesome. 4-year qualifier for state. She's the second runner that I've had in all the years I've been coaching that's qualified for the state race all 4 years in high school, right? 2-year team captain. You cannot replace a Lori Cata on your team. We're going to miss you next year. Laura? Fantastic. Here's the masculine one. See? Okay, good. So again, 4-year runner, 2-year varsity runner, qualified for state. This young man, I just love him because I love him, okay? So, but he runs hard every day. Gave me a little grief 1 year about, I don't think I want to run. I said, no, I want to run. So, all right, so I had to push him a little once, but he came out, he did it, finished 4 years with me. Always running hard. This year is senior year, battled with a little injury. Sports, there's always the danger of getting hurt in a sport. Doggone it, it was your knee. Yeah, so hurt his knee, had to take it easy for a couple of weeks. We got a short doggone season, but healed up and managed to make the varsity team and represent your school at the regional race at the end. So I was super proud of that, Mr. Brandon Arnold. They're going to have to take the microphone away from me because I could tell you guys fun things about these guys, for the rest of the night. But I understand we got to get things going. Hey, this is your guys' team. We got some phenomenal athletes. I'm super excited. 4 months from now, we get to do it again. So, folks, thank you very much. Here comes Coach Mahoney with the volleyball team. Hey, good job, man. Good job. Good job. Ooh, beat that.
I think I can.
Good job.
There's a hole.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Oh, there's a hole.
Don't
watch out for the hole. Hey, I don't think we got to worry about that for me. Yeah. That was exciting.
Nope. All right, so here we are with the volleyball team. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all of our coaches. I have a wonderful coaching staff. We have Becky Frisky. Can we get one clap? Margot Livermore. Hillary Nutting, who is our JV coach, couldn't be here tonight. Wanda Bush. And Retha Winger, who also couldn't be here tonight. Is Michaela Myers in the house? I didn't see her tonight. And then Dahlia Burns. Where are you, Dahlia? Come on up. Give her a one clap. All right, so we started off the season with 2 managers, and then we lost 2 managers, and then Dahlia and Michaela stepped up and really helped us out. So thank you very much. I'm going to take you to lunch. I'm going to take you to lunch. She's like, please let me go. All right, so we're going to have Coach Wanda is going to come introduce her team.
It was a fun year this year. I had the opportunity to work with some new Lady Braves. Great attitudes. Thank you. Kennedy Langley. Delaney Steffies. Oh, thank you. she's here. Okay. Sasha Sakis. Sakis. We are on a first name basis tonight. Kaisa. Kelby. Robin. Shaylin. Thanks. Tatiana. Taya. Baruka. Raina. Alexis. I don't see you. Justina. Kanar. Did I see that one? Oh, God. Ariana. Margaret. Sierra. Oh, good. Sherelle. Michaela. Hitting 100.
You're batting 1,000 right now.
Mercedes. Oh, good. I'm the free entertainment. Ashlyn. Samantha. Allison. Jenna Lee. And Caitlin. There's your free entertainment for the evening.
All right, thanks, ladies. So Coach Liskey is going to introduce our JV team.
All right, Coach Hillary couldn't be here tonight, and fortunately I got to work with most of these ladies half the time. So first is Kennedy Stump, and she also gets our state championship participant award too. Next is Jolie Carlson, and she also got to participate in the state tournament as well. Next is Angelina Ong, a freshman. She got to play some varsity too. Tyra Brown, coming up. She got to play some varsity too. Next is Elizabeth Allen. Gabby Kamoli. Jacqueline Kernack. Laura Fields. And Leticia Scaffelstead. All right, most of those girls made up the JV team, and like I said, most of them got to play some varsity too. So let's hear it for JV.
All right, thanks, ladies. All right, now for our varsity team. This year we had one freshman, Brody Wysocki. Brody gets a letter and a pin. It's a letter in volleyball. You have to participate in 50% of the varsity matches. We had two sophomores this year. Shayna Warnicki Green. She gets a letter and a pin. And Renee Raymond. She gets a letter and a pin. We had three juniors this year. First off is Johanna Galuska. She gets a letter and a pin. Amy Byoff. She gets a bar. And Grace Garner. She gets a letter and a pin. All right, we had 6 seniors this year. We had a couple seniors letter for the first time their senior year. That's pretty awesome. First one is Kiara Johnson. She gets a letter and a pin. Also lettering for the first time her senior year, Maddie Stump. She gets a letter and a pin. Getting a bar, Elizabeth Aloa. Getting a bar, Paige Goodwin. One of our co-captains getting a bar, Daisy Hunt. And our other co-captain getting a bar, Haley Steffes. All right, so we had big dreams coming in this year of winning another state championship. We ran into the injury bug, and it really affected our ability to play. But I'm really proud of these girls because getting 5th place at state is no easy task. So nice job, ladies. Thank you. All right, next up we have boys basketball.
One of my helpers up here, Mr. Christopher. This one? This one? Hello? This one? Brought one of my helpers up here, Christopher Edwards. He was always helping me throughout the year, and he's always there, chatting, talking. So I'll call it my seniors first. My seniors were always fun to have on the team. They played really well. They even improved over the year. My main focus was free throws and passing, and my seniors really worked with my younger classmen to help them improve. I was really happy to have them with us. We'll start with Mr. Dustin Harvey. Dropped 34 points in one game. Then we got Mr. Philip Walcott, one of our best three-point shooters. I got a few seniors that didn't show up today. Chad Brown, I was happy to have him come out. Oh, there we go. I was looking for you. I was happy to have him come out. He played well, he enjoyed it, had fun, and that's what it's all about. Chris. And I didn't see David Constantine out there. He was a great player. It almost didn't feel fair playing him because he's so tall against some of the other teams. Mr. Ethan Ivan, one of our MVPs, always making a lot of points every game and then getting to the free throw line. And Mr. Darren Deaton didn't make it as well, but he came out and he played and had fun as well. So now we'll move on. I don't have anything else in any kind of order, but Mr. Jeremy Allron, one of my favorite players, really hard worker. Roman Lowe. He was a hard worker as well. He really improved on his free throws throughout the season. He did really good. Mr. Christopher Edwards, always a joy to have. Neil Johnson. Here's yours. Seth Meyer. Thomas George. He was a good, hard-working player, underrated, but he made a lot of shots and he was tough out there. He played great defense. Mr. Nelson Jackson. It's always great to have a cross-country player on your team. He runs really hard, plays really hard. Lyle Nelson. He didn't make it. Town student. He's got better things to do, I suppose. Mr. Trey Dock. He was good. You wouldn't suspect it, but he played well, and he's really good at his free throws as well. One of my favorite projects, person that didn't play any basketball before the season, he was a volleyball player, but we don't have a men's volleyball team, Mr. Jackson Olson. He improved a lot over this year, and he is a natural basketball player. He looks like he's been playing for a while. Mr. Casper Mikuliev. You don't see him on the court very much, but he is athletic and plays well, and I enjoyed having him out there. Mr. Terrell Joe. He's also another tall player that plays well, and I wish he would have showed up today. I don't know how many people got their teeth pulled, but it seems like a lot of people aren't here. Mr. Westlock. He got to travel with us to Juneau. He played really well, one of our younger players, and he put up some points for us and played really good. Jaden Post. A good post player, always a good hustler, ran real hard. Every practice we'd run the mile, and I'd always see him running real hard, pushing himself. Patrick Pulte. No Patrick Pulte. He was one of my favorite players, one of the most underrated players. Played really hard, got rebounds, put up three-pointer shots. Mr. Marcus Oscar. Another hard-working individual. I wish he would have showed up. He played hard, played well. Pork? No pork. Jeez. A lot of teeth being pulled. I got 38 players, and I'm only handing out. Jeez. Mr. Isaiah Liu. He was fun to have. He was a joker. Then he got into working out towards the end of the season, but he played with us. Kept our GPA up. Cadence Joseph. Took me a while to even realize that he was a freshman, but he's a hard-working freshman. Put up some buckets. Our last game of the year, he had his best game of the year. He plays well. Mr. Bradley Johnson. I always like Bradley Johnson. He's definitely a natural player. He'll move on to JV, varsity, better things. It's great to have him. John James? No, John James. Huh? Oh, shoot. Another senior right here that played with us. Sorry about that. John James. No. Matt Hunt. He didn't play very much with us, but when he did, he brought some tenacity. Mr. Marcus Hale. He was a great player. He's a freshman, but he was a leader. He played really hard. He plays smart as well. Cody Gibbons. He was a good player. He will play again next year, and he improved his free throws, which is the one thing that I ask of everybody. Told everybody it's going to come down to free throws in our games, and they did. Mr. Duke Frank.
Where's Max?
Oh. Huh?
Max.
Oh, hey. Duke Frank, shortest player on the team, but he's never scared. He'll go up and take it up against anybody. He always hustled down the court, got rebounds, and he would put in the buckets for us. Everybody cheered for him. Joshua Diasis. Real hard-working player there. I always enjoyed having him. He twisted his ankle towards the end of the year, and it took him out of quite a few games I was trying to put him in. But he got to play against Juneau, which he is from Juneau. William Brown. Other William Brown. Not here today. Great player, leader. He'll move on to play JV varsity as well. As well as many of these other players, it's going to be hard for them to pick next year. Andrew Bavila. MVP of the freshman class, plays really well, plays a lot. He's down there every game. Also funny and fun to have. We took him to Juneau, played hard, made a lot of points. Adam Andrew. Adam Andrew was a hard worker. Austin Alexi. he was a good player. I wish he would have came. He did well. He improved a lot over last year, and I think he'll continue on if he keeps up with it. And then we got David Constantine. Of course, he put up a lot of buckets, got a lot of rebounds. Caleb Knudsen. He worked a lot with a lot of the other players. He was always helping out during practice, and yeah, we're done, Chris. And always a good role model. So the one thing I always focused on was free throws and passing drills. These guys all improved. I think JV varsity coaches are going to have a hard time picking next year. They're a fun group to have. I always want to make C-Team fun. That was my #1 goal, and I hope you guys all had fun. I had fun. Thank you, guys.
All right, I'll call the JV boys up here. Leroy Bradley, Keith Johns, RJ Alstrom Bean, Benjamin Melavida, Aiden Alstrom Beans, Lattimore, I have no idea how to say his last name, Kovic, Huffman, Marty Brown, David Dock, and that's it. Barely. Lattimore, Putin. These are the kids that finished the season. They're a great group of kids to play with, hang out with. I'm really excited to see what they do next year. They're all fairly young kids, so they got a lot of potential. Good job, guys.
Mr. Arnold told me to spend lots of time with my kids, so I'm listening. He was going to come up here and say good job, everybody. Okay, first and foremost, some thank yous. Kenyatta and Tony, appreciate all the time. Kenyatta, I had no idea how many kids you had. Impressive. Tony, always appreciate all the help you give. You don't give yourself enough credit, but I think they both deserve a big round of applause. And to Monica, thank you for putting up with me, especially the last couple of weeks of the season. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you. Hurry, Kian. Hurry. So first, we're going to bring our managers up. If I could have Rayleigh. Yep, one clap. And Joe. calling the guys up and what they're going to earn a varsity letter. You have to have played in half the quarters or appeared in half the quarters throughout the season. So I'll call them up and announce what they're getting, so we give them a 1 clap. Getting a certificate, Jeff Adams. Also receiving a certificate, Jonathan Constantine. Receiving a varsity letter, Jarvis Evans. Receiving a varsity letter, Bear Brown. Receiving his bar, Emma Dunaway. Receiving a certificate, Cyprian Johnson Edwards. Receiving his bar, Jamal Alstrom, senior. We gotta get him. Wow. Also receiving a bar, Ben X. Receiving a varsity letter for basketball, Isaiah Klein. Receiving a bar, senior, Al Samuelson. And last but not least, Isaiah Rexford receiving a bar.
The bar goes to Isaiah. You don't get one.
No. Just touching bases real quick before we get to individual awards. I felt, and I didn't express to these guys, or maybe I did express to them, we had a very good season. I talked about, and Mr. Delaney had a conversation about, or he heard me talk about, the state tournament this year was extremely competitive. And it was one of those years where very good teams could go 2-0 or 3-0, and very good teams could go 0-2. As a testament to that, the number 1 seed going in finished 5th place. The number 5 team going in finished 1st place. It was just one of those years where whoever put 3 good days together was going to win. And kind of following what Coach Money said, but these guys have finished where they finished with the level of competition that we saw at the state tournament. I was exceptionally proud and very pleased with it. So please give them a big round of applause. And I don't have the awards here. I gotta get you guys all to sign the basketballs the next day or two. But we always vote on team awards. I think it's something that they should determine because they're in the trenches with each other. They're in practice every day. I'm just a guy on the sideline trying to get to run hard. Our first award voted on by the team for most improved was Bear Brown. And our defensive player of the year, and I think probably with, sorry Al, probably with one of the best blocks that I've seen in the game against Barrow, Jamal literally ran a kid down and jumped horizontally and slapped the kid's shot, or actually I should say a future UAA basketball player shot off the backboard, Jamal Alstrom. And the team of the year, who we kind of talked about trying to be an MVP in preseason and be an MVP in practice every day. But the team of the year I couldn't agree with more, and it really rung true to me before we go to the state tournament. every time he was at a game, you could hear him on the bench cheering on everybody that's on the floor. And I don't hear people very often when I'm coaching, but I heard his voice every time. Team of the year is Isaiah Rexford. So again, give these guys a big round of applause. They earned it, and they represented you guys very well. Congratulations. You gonna stay up here? I get to speak again, talking about our guest speaker tonight. First, I'll talk about, I don't know all of them, but I know some of his athletic accolades. In 2005, as a junior playing in Bristol Bay, when wrestling in Bristol Bay, Zach Klein was the state runner-up at 171 pounds. And he was also voted the 2A Player of the Year in basketball. His senior year, he chose to come to Mt.Edgecumbe and had an exceptional year. He topped off his junior year by winning the state championship at 189 pounds, and he was also voted All-State in basketball. And I'm glad he reminded me, but he was also voted the Bob Brown winner, the Bob Brown Award winner his senior year, and only been here 1 year. It was a pretty impressive feat and well-deserving. After high school, Zach walked on for basketball at Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, played basketball there, and earned his degree in business. If you know him, he suffered a horrible accident with a forklift in January, crushing his pelvis. You'll see him come up here with the crutches. But if you know the young man, sorry Zach, you're still a young man to me. If you know the young man, there's not a doubt that he's going to come back and be back on the basketball court and be as active as he possibly can be. But talking about that, that's not why he's here. He's not here to speak to you because of what he's done as an athlete. It's more than that. It's who he is as a person. If you know Zach at all, he's extremely hardworking, extremely high character, and exceptionally giving. Gives his time, always willing to help. So please give Zach Klein a big round of applause. Didn't know that. Thank you, I didn't know that. So a little bit of everything. Coach, come on, bud, come on.
Hopefully my speech is still up here. I could stand, actually, thanks. I may set my crutches down now. Good evening. I don't want those to fall while I'm speaking. Thank you to Ludell Goldsberry, Mt.Edgecumbe staff and administration for your consideration in having me as your guest speaker tonight. I would like to congratulate all the athletes and coaches on another year in the books. I sort of agonized on what to come up with for a speech, but it gets me out of my comfort zone, as Ludell Goldsberry told me, and hopefully I connect with some of you listening. Like many people, I have a fear of public speaking, so I planned on keeping this fairly short. But I am honored to be up here, and I care a lot about Mt.Edgecumbe High School. Even though I only attended 1 year in 2005-06, I made lasting connections that I've followed to this day. I moved to Sitka in 2013, and I have tried to stay in the loop with the school and activities. I have not been around the campus as much this year, but I usually like to visit and/or work as a substitute staff member for the dorms. I also like to play basketball with the students when I can, and as a coach, to help the boys and girls who aspire to become better athletes. Sports are some of the only activities, as you all know, in small Alaska communities, and they help us connect with other students and people from different places around the state. I grew up in Gamble, then Naknek, where basketball, wrestling, volleyball, and NYL games were events to celebrate and show pride in our communities. All I wanted as a young kid, besides being a good hunter, was to be the best athlete that I could be. The decision to go to school away from home was tough. I was leaving my friends and family, all of whom I was very close with. But I had an opportunity to become a better athlete and student. Throughout the year, I was really homesick and called my parents often. Cell phones were a new thing in 2005, and for part of the year, I had to use a landline telephone. I immediately joined cross country to get in shape for wrestling, and it helped me adjust to boarding school. At Mt.Edgecumbe, I learned the value of listening to my coaches and working harder than I ever had with my teammates. All of these people I worked with helped me achieve my goals as an athlete and student. I had lost my dad suddenly a few months after I graduated from Mt.Edgecumbe. He had a seizure and drowned at our local swimming pool. I was depressed and struggled at Fort Lewis College that fall for a couple of months before deciding to take the year off. Even when I returned to school a year later, this time attending Pacific Lutheran University, I did not have a sense of belonging or purpose. I decided to email the head coach of the basketball team and asked if they held tryouts. I joined the team as a walk-on, as you heard earlier, and was able to establish a focal point for school. My experience at a structured boarding school like Mt.Edgecumbe helped me understand how to prioritize my time when I had 3-hour college basketball practices and still all of my other coursework that needed to get done. However, I still struggled with maintaining focus and was put on academic probation, meaning I couldn't play basketball the first semester of my sophomore year. I seriously considered quitting school, and I probably would have if I didn't have a connection to my coaches and teammates. I didn't get a lot of playing time, but with their encouragement, I learned how to work hard, commit to my classes, and become a good teammate. As you may have noticed, and as Archie said, Coach Young, I should say, I was in a serious accident recently. I had been working as a project manager building a freezer barge here in town, and in January I tipped over a forklift and broke my pelvis in 3 places. Now 3 large permanent screws hold my pelvis together while my bones heal. I was amazed at how many people throughout my life came together to help me and my family in our time of need, whether it was financially or just for emotional support. Many of these people I came to know through sports and my connection with Mt.Edgecumbe. Because I managed to stay physically fit and made healthy lifestyle choices of being drug and alcohol free, my doctor's prognosis is that I will make a full recovery, and I have been doing so quicker than they expected. Overall, the message I would like to leave you with is that the connections you make throughout your life are the most important and will bring you the most happiness. For me, many of these relationships have been cultivated through sports. I would not have been able to overcome my struggles without the help and support from the various people in my life, or without what I have learned from my experiences as an athlete. So, listen well and stay connected with the people you know. I strongly encourage you to value the relationships in your life because they are what matters most. Thank you, and go Braves.
Testing. Thank you. Thank you very much, Zach Klein. Wonderful message to our students. The most important is he talked about family. He talked about Mt.Edgecumbe High School and pushing, striving to be your best, and go Braves. Those are important messages to all of us. Thank you very much again, Zach. There have been some important recognitions and announcements, and I'd really like to give our most outstanding round of applause to Mr. Ludell Goldsberry for doing a wonderful job as our athletic director. Mr. Goldsberry. And Mr. Frisky is not here this evening, but you know he's here in spirit because he absolutely loves you. And it had to be very important for him not to be here. But he spends a lot of time and works real hard for the success of our school and our students. So let's give Mr. Andrew Frisky a big hand. In your program, you'll see the names of your coaches and you'll see your names of your assistant coaches. Those outstanding people dedicate so much time and effort. And it's not just them that is doing and putting in the time. It's their families also. So let's give all of our coaches a huge round of applause and appreciation. All of our coaches. There's a lot of ways to measure success in your activities program. The best one is the number of students who participate and complete the seasons. We have 248 names on that program. 248 students. Well, some of them do more than one sport, so that it's listed more than once. But still, the point is, 248 students, athletes at Mt.Edgecumbe High School. Give yourselves a hand. We recognized our videographers this evening, and that was well deserved. Another group I'd like to recognize here are any crew members from our Cutting Edge News. If you are a member of the Cutting Edge News, either first semester or second, please stand up, because you deserve some recognition. Cutting Edge News. I am just totally 100% impressed with the work that group does to give Mt.Edgecumbe High School a face and a name to show to our people out in their villages. And they do a wonderful job covering our sports and athletics and our activities. So again, the Cutting Edge News, keep up the good work. We're very, very proud that you're part of our team. Now, we are to the part of the program now that is the Lillian Lane and Bob Brown Awards for Best Female and Best Athlete of the Year at Mt.Edgecumbe High School. This is the criteria. They have to earn a varsity letter in at least 2 sports this school year, at least 2. No major incident reports of any kind. Number 3, working to their academic capabilities. And probably the most important, number 4, is coachability. Coachability. The selection is made by a vote of varsity coaches of female sports for the Lillian Lane Award and varsity coaches of male sports for the Bob Brown Award. The first one we're going to present is the Lillian Lane Award. Lillian Lane was here a few years ago, Mr. Goldsberry, about 3 years ago. And this is why we have an award for her, named after her. She is from Point Hope and graduated from Mt.Edgecumbe High School in 1975. She was a 4-time all-conference athlete in volleyball and in basketball, 4 times. She got the Top Citizen Award here at Mt.Edgecumbe. She was on the honor roll. She was voted the best all-around student athlete. She was a student leader in the dormitory, in the clubs, and student council. She did track and field. She was a track and field shot put champion, and she was a runner, and she was a cheerleader. The Eskimo high kick, toe kick champion. She was in varsity basketball, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. Varsity volleyball, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Cheerleader, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. I don't know how she did that, but she did that. Track and field all 4 years. She was class president 3 times. 3 times she was class president. This is a good one. She was the food committee organizer for the dorms. So that's another extra work and volunteering that she did. Cheerleading captain her sophomore, junior, and senior years. She was the school annual yearbook president 3 times. She was on the central council. She was the central council sergeant at arms for 1 year. In that same position, she was vice president for 3 years. Honor roll I mentioned already. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, she was the honor dorms president. On top of all of that, she was also had hobbies of art, doing anything concerning sports, and most of all, enjoying life. So that is who the Lillian Nape, that's why we have that award, to recognize her accomplishments and the examples she set. Last year's winner, as you remember, some of you that were here, most of you here, last year's winner was Miss Julie Amatulak from Elam. This year, our 2017-18 Lillian Lane Award in recognition as the best female athlete is awarded to Miss Laura Ikada. Now let me tell you a little bit about Laura's and her accomplishments. In wrestling, 3-time varsity letter winner, that was mentioned, 3-time state qualifier, 2-time regional champion, 1-time Lancer Smith runner-up. That's a big tournament, I understand. 2 times 3rd place at state. In cross-country running, 4-year cross-country runner, 4-year varsity runner, 4-year state qualifiers, Coach Arnold mentioned a little while ago. 2-year team captain. Laura Ikada has been a 4-year member of the Lady Braves cross-country team. She works hard at practice every day. She cheers on her teammates, shows good sportsmanship during and after competitions, and leads her team by example. After the race, she is all smiles and represents Mt.Edgecumbe High School, her teammates, her coaches, and herself to the highest level. Laura has traveled all over the state of Alaska with brave colors and makes us all look good year after year. We will miss Laura Ikada's work ethic, her positive attitude, her speed, her leadership next season as she moves on to run at the college level. In addition to all of that I mentioned to you, she was also a cheerleader here at Mt.Edgecumbe High School her senior year. Laura Ikada, congratulations. One more thing before she exits. She has a grade point average of 3.97. 3.97. Very good. Bob Brown was an excellent athlete here at Mt.Edgecumbe High School in the late 60s and early 70s. Unfortunately, Bob Brown died in an Alaska Airlines crash in Juneau while he was on his way to start his college career here in Sitka at Sheldon Jackson College in the fall of 1971. He had just graduated in 1971. The 2016-17 last year's winner, a Bob Brown Award winner for Best Male Athlete, was won by Sean Williams from Quinnipiac. This year, 2017-18 Bob Brown Award as recognition for the best male athlete is awarded to Mr. Leon Ivan from Becker. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Leon. In wrestling, he was a two-time varsity winner, two-time varsity letter winner, three-time state qualifier, three-time regional finalist, two-time regional champion. He was in the finals of every tournament he was in except two this year. Six-time USA Wrestling State Tournament medal winner, and he was a team captain. In cross-country running, Leon joined the Braves last year as a sophomore. He immediately showed his coaches and his teammates his speed, his work ethic by joining the varsity traveling team on the very first weekend he was here. Leon earned the right to represent the Cardinal in gold in many races and has earned his varsity letter cross-country 2 years in a row. Leon is a hard-working athlete who raises the level of his teammates by working hard every day, never complaining, showing good sportsmanship during and after competitions. And Leon Ivan has a grade point average of 3.47. Leon, congratulations. I think it was 2 years ago, I might be wrong, but I think it was 2 years ago or maybe three, we started a new award, and this was the overall Athlete of the Year. We just started that not too long ago. We don't have a presentation tonight because we still have the Native Youth Olympics Championships in Anchorage. And we have some Native Youth Olympic athletes in this audience right now. Where are you? NYO people, stand up. If you're NYO representing Mt.Edgecumbe High School. These fine ladies and gentlemen will be going to Anchorage to represent Mt.Edgecumbe High School in the Native Youth Olympics Championships in a couple of weeks, I think. So after that is concluded, then I believe our coaches will get together and we'll make a decision and we'll make an announcement at a full school assembly, awards assembly probably. Again, thank you very much for all your time as an athlete, dedicated. We really certainly appreciate it. Thank you again, Mr. Goldsberry. Thank you again, Mr. Zach Klein. Now, before we leave this evening, Mr. Goldsberry is looking for some volunteers to help him clean the activity center. So if you could help him, that would be greatly appreciated. At this time, girls, you are dismissed. Go, Lady Brave.